Hi folks! Back to Star Control 2, the Quan Masters. Last part we made contact with the Arlu, got ourselves a quasi-space portal generator. Woohoo, awesome. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to the Melnor again. And pick up some tech, fuel, and then we're going to go stop them from slamming themselves in the Yehat, and then go try to help out the Arlu, try to go recruit the Zaphat Bik. Alright, star map. First, Alpha Centauri. That's a short flight. We got plenty of fuel for that. Alright, where is the Melnor hiding here? Where are you hiding, Mr. Melnor? I got information to sell you. Not here. That part. Last part ran a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so hopefully this won't take too long. There we go. Hello, Mr. Melnor.
What a coincidence. I was just talking about you to the Teal Varese captain. They expressed great interest in your explorations and struggles against the Quan. But, like all of Varese, I'm afraid they were hesitant to introduce themselves, for fear of, well, frightening you. In any event, it is our pleasure to meet you once again. Now, what can we do for you today?
Alright, first we gotta sell.
What would you like to sell, Captain?
We have a little bit of biological.
The 8. Yep. What would you like to sell, Captain?
We got a location of Rainbow World.
Your ship's log indicates that you discovered the whereabouts of one of the Rainbow Worlds, which so fascinate us. In exchange, we will give you 500 credits. What trade items would you like to buy today?
First, we want fuel.
How much fuel do you wish to purchase?
Fill her up.
Fuel transferred to your vessel.
New tech.
Investment. Ah, yes. You are so right. These technological breakthroughs don't cost you credit. They earn you credit. Of course, there is an initial charge, but each technological system item is guaranteed to be useful for something important somewhere in the galaxy at some point in the future. All technologies cost 150 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for building blaster weapons, twice as powerful as your ion bolt guns.
Sure.
Please remember that these weapons consume energy from your combat batteries faster than your familiar ion bolt guns. You may wish to compensate for this by building additional dynamo modules for your flagship. The technology we are now offering includes specifications for constructing modifications to your planet landers, which will double their speed.
Sure.
Ah, yes, speed. An excellent choice for the relentless hunter and craven coward as well. These modifications are simple enough to be put in place immediately. Your landers should be properly equipped in no time. The technology we are now offering includes details on how to add point defense laser systems to your flagship.
Ooh, definitely want that.
Unfortunately, this purchase requires
Don't have that yet. Okay, that's fine.
additional credits.
No problem. That's it for now.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
Indeed. Alright, star map. Let's go about there. That should catch us up to the Pekunk. We basically want to go talk to the Pekunk and just convince them to go home. Because, we don't want them dying. As an aside, right now we actually have the gear to make our ship capable of, we should be able to take a Salander probe now with our flagship. Alright. One of those is probably Pekunk. Nope, Salander probe.
We are not hostile and seek to establish friendly relations with your species.
We're Earth on a mission of
This is
peace.
Probe 2418-B. We are on a peaceful mission of exploration. Priority override. New behavior dictated. Must break target into component materials.
We're still on optimal, but we should be able to take it.
Energize.
Fuck you. See, we can now take those ships.
We have decided that our Yehat siblings are in need of our love and good counsel. We have waited far too long to return home and heal the wound that has kept our race apart these many centuries. When we arrive in the Serpentis constellation, we will greet our Yehat brethren with warm hugs of affection, which, I am sure, shall be returned in kind.
Turn back. Our most mystical advice, the Ouija board, gave us a definite no when asked about your trip.
This is an ominous portent. We must consult our spirit guides before proceeding. Unfortunate dear, we will have to return home to do this properly. Thank you for your concern.
Bye, Pekunk.
Human! I was just thinking of you. But I see you are not surprised, and why should you be? Amazing psychic occurrences are commonplace for us Pekunk. I am filled with love at the sight of you. Perhaps we can converse together or just coexist for a few special moments.
What's news?
Well, we are quite sure now that Dugar and Kazan are a hoax. Aside from never having seen them on the fourth astral plane where most gods like to hang out, we also recently went back and listened carefully to a recording of one of their broadcasts which was sent to the ILRAP on Hyperwave Channel 44. We were able to detect some giggling at the end of the message. Someone out there is playing some kind of joke on the ILRAP. Or is it a joke on us? We're not quite sure. But what with all the vaporized planets and total carnage, it may be a while before we can look back and fully appreciate the humor.
Yeah. Can't say I blame you guys.
Captain. When the crystal spheres once more rotate into harmonic union, we shall meet again.
Alright. we want? Zotfot pick, Zotfot pick. 402. That away. Zotfot pick homeworld is Alpha Tucani. Is over here, right? Alright, these dots are all almost entirely going to be Quan ships, so we really do want to avoid them.
It is the alien from the Tenjessu's Alliance.
Just look at those weapon pods on his ship.
We hope that during this visit, we can make clear to your species the benefits of a mutual assistance pact.
But we're also armed to the teeth, so don't try stealing our atmosphere or anything sneaky like that.
Well, I'm not planning on stealing your atmosphere. So, what's happening around here?
We had a close call last week,
One of those black ships was snooping around the system.
but before it got to our world, some of the green ships warped in, destroyed the black vessel, and then left immediately.
We got lucky.
Any news about the war between them?
No, we have nothing new to report.
Nope, not a thing.
Kind of seeing the lines between our people.
How wonderful! We accept!
Hooray!
How marvelous!
Yeehaw!
Captain, we are delighted that your people have made this choice.
Now we won't get slaughtered.
In exchange for our cooperation helping you with captains and ship designs, all that we ask for is your protection.
So we don't get slaughtered.
We shall begin fulfilling our commitment at once. We will transport officers and our Stinger design to your base immediately.
Why, heck! Maybe I'll even make the trip to your planet. I'd make a good starship captain. Captain, I'm pretty darn mean in a fight, and there ain't nobody better than me with a thrusting stinger tongue attack.
Well, let's get some more specific information.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Just ask away.
We got other alien races?
Not much, to tell the truth.
This space exploration stuff is kind of new to us,
Besides the green alien ship
which have only tried to kill us,
and the black alien ship,
which have actually been quite successful at killing us.
the only other starships we have encountered are strange tumbling red probes, which profess to be on a peaceful mission.
But then attack like slavering Jabrankies.
We believe that the probes are actually robotic scouts, which have suffered some kind of malfunction resulting in their aberrant behavior.
And what's worse, they are multiplying.
Yes, that's true. The probes seem to be replicating at a geometric rate.
Hey! That means if there was only one last week, then next month... wait a minute. Let me calculate. That means next month there'll be a whole mess of those things.
By backtracing the probe's course path, we have been able to calculate that the source of the probes is somewhere on a direct line that includes our star and Epsilon Muscae.
Go get 'em, Captain.
All right, tell me more about your people.
Ah, cultural exchange. A good idea.
Yeah, let's tell 'em about Frungy.
Be quiet, you fool. He asked a serious question. He doesn't want to know about Frungy.
How do you know? What makes you so smart? You never even asked him if he wants to know about Frungy. Why, I'll bet right now he's wondering, what is this wonderful sport, Frungy? How is it played? What kind of equipment do you need to play Frungy? And I wonder who's ahead in the Frungy Championships.
Will you shut up about Frungy? If you say another word about that stupid game, I'm going to lose control and blow a cloud of spores at you.
Yeah, okay. Don't blow your sack. I won't mention Frungy again. I promise.
Well, Captain, as you can probably see, our culture's predominant trait, its greatest strength and weakness, is the diverse interactions between Zoc, Quat, and Fit.
Frungy!
Can you describe your Stinger starship?
The Stinger is the peak of our technological prowess.
It's totally awesome.
These vessels are cheap to build and can be quite effective in short-range combat.
They turn on a small round thing that's real small.
Dime.
Remember, though, against most ships, the Stinger must close distance immediately and give unrelenting tongue attacks until either the enemy or the Stinger are destroyed.
Yeah, the tonguing is the best part.
Heyo! Does guy in back ever say anything?
Nope.
Not a word.
What's history
Our
like?
past? Quite a broad topic for this short conversation, but we'll share a key piece of our history with you.
After we killed off the last of Branky, we faced an interesting question.
Should we proceed and establish a culture which would advance in art, technology, and social sophistication?
Or should we just go back into the forest and kick back and enjoy ourselves, knowing that a Zabranki wasn't going to jump out of the bush and eat us?
Well, we did go back into the forest. We stayed there for about 5,000 years and had a great time.
Then, one stormy day, a Zoc, a Fox, and a Pick were walking up a steep path looking for something good to eat when a bolt of lightning struck nearby. With a huge flash of light, the bolt of energy carved a strangely shaped chunk of granite out of a cliff.
It was a disc with a hole in the middle. As the rock began to roll down the hill toward the three terrified beings, some dry grass got caught in its hole. And since the rock was still hot, the grass caught on fire.
When the rock finally got to the Zoc, the Fox, and the Pick, they simultaneously discovered the wheel, fire, and religion, thus catapulting them on the road of progress.
Which has led us to this day, Captain. Oh, how did the flaming wheel give religion to our culture, you ask?
I will explain. You see, when it got to the threesome, the flaming wheel was going at a pretty good clip, and it ran smack into the Zoc, killing him.
The Fot and the Pick felt so bad. They really liked that Zoc. That they decided the Zoc hadn't really died when the wheel flattened him. He had just gone to a better place.
Presumably one without lethal flaming wheels.
Anything else?
That's it.
Bye, Captain.
See ya!
Alright, we're gonna go to the Spathy homeworld now to see what the hell's up. We're gonna have to steer manually from here because there's a Quan ship coming up on our tail pretty quickly there. Yep. Nope, caught us. Alright, we're gonna have to fight this. Quan, alright.
What? A human in a precursor service vehicle? How did you escape the slave shield, human? Or are you a rogue?
Hold! What you're doing to us is wrong. Why do you do this thing?
Alien, you have spoken words, and you have spoken them rightly. We will tell you our reasons why we enslave all other sentient life. We evolved on a hostile world, the descendants of solitary hunters. In those ancient days, there was no Korra or Kazertsa, only the Quan. We explored our world, and then the space beyond. Here we met the 6 races of the sentient milieu, which we joined as partners. It was on a routine planetfall that one of our milieu scout ships first met the Dinyari. They were evilly intelligent creatures who could control the minds of others. They wanted to rule the universe. We had no choice but to give it to them. For thousands of years, we were unthinking slaves to the Dinyari. The Dinyari had a special liking for us Quan, so they began to tinker with our genes. They built 2 Quan sub-races, one green, the Thinkers and Planners, the other black, the Warriors and Laborers. When the martyred genius Kazerza gave us the secret to defeating the Dinyari, we destroyed them. Then we decided that we would never again be slaves. We would follow the path of now and forever. We decided to enslave or imprison all other intelligent life in the galaxy. We had slaves shielded one world when we learned that the Black Quan, under a new leader, Korra, had devised the Eternal Doctrine, which called for the cleansing, the annihilation of all non-Quan sentient life. Before we could stop them, they burned the Yoktar race's homeworld and were on their way to the planet of the last remaining free race. We met the Korra in orbit above that planet. We confronted them. They would not submit. We fought. When our battle was done, the Korra were defeated. We exiled them, sent the remnant of the Korra fleet into the unknown reaches of the galaxy. Then we began our own migration, moving around the galaxy in the opposite direction of the Korra. Captain, you have heard our words. Now you have a decision to make. Submit to us, the Quan Kazerza, or face our wrath.
God, I love the Urquan. They're such good villains. Ah, and I mean, wow, God, so well done.
Although you consider us the enemy, these conclusions are flawed. We are your salvation. We bring peace. A peace built upon our social framework, imposed upon your planet, a new world order in which your prosperity and security are assured by the Urquan. We will protect you from the hazards of this hostile universe, from dangers so hideous your simple minds cannot imagine their dark scope. Today, we are the enemy. In time, this will change. Soon, you'll come to understand the boon of slavery we force upon you, and then you will revere and even love us for this gift.
Okay, no? Alright, Captain Yompin, go!
Wimp, baby, worm, idiot, dodo, jerk, wimp, idiot, worm, baby, worm, dummy, fool, twit, jerk, dodo, fool, wimp, stupid, wimp, twit, loser, stupid, jerk, worm, stupid, baby, worm, stupid, loser, moron, dummy, dodo, fool, loser, idiot, baby, idiot, stupid, dodo, fool, twitch, loser, baby, stupid, loser, idiot, baby, stupid, fool, jerk, dodo.
Damn it! I was hoping to resurrect. Can't remember how many Quan ships there were. Alright, we're gonna switch over to... Ow. Have to be careful with my spathy ships. Ow! I'm out of practice. Flew to the planet, fuck. Oh, just missed. Ow. Can't take another hit from him. Savage. Ugh! Got me. Alright, let's... I can afford to lose an Earth Cruiser here. Fuck! I'm playing poorly. I should have saved before this, but that was a mistake on my part. I could take. I mean, I should be able to finish him off. Ah, frack. This is not an easy fight either, but except if I make one mistake, I die. Damn it. Quan are tough, and I'm playing badly, so. Again, I don't have the ideal ship for beating them. Fine, we'll buff up my ship. Hope to God that was it. Okay, good. That was bad, but we managed to hang on to... We didn't lose too much. I need to manually avoid some ships here for a bit. Distance. Alright. We're into the Spathy homeworld, so where is it down here? There's Epsilon. Alright, we should be able to outpace them from here. Problem is, we need the Spathy for beating the Korra, because they're at their best ship for killing the Korra. And we need the Arlu for other stuff later. That's probably a Solander probe that's chasing us now. Yeah, it's almost certainly one. Alright. What the fuck's Spathy? There's a slave ship on Spathy planet homeworld. Alright. I guess the Quan found them. Or maybe something else. Report from the surface. Captain, this is Lieutenant Robinson, sir. We have located an alien artifact down here. Perhaps more importantly, we have found something which I think may explain what happened to the Spathy. And I don't think you're going to like it. We were investigating a large blue machine when Officer Talbot discovered a message glued to the side of the device. Sir, it's a note from the Spathy High Council. I'll read it to you. Dear Hunams, how are you? We are fine. However, we thank you for letting us study your planet Earth's slave shield. Or can we thank you for letting us study your planet Earth's slave shield? Admittedly, it took us some time to replicate the technology ourselves, but we are simply delighted with the results. Yes, sirree, we sure love the idea of putting an impenetrable shield around our planet. Now all those evil monsters that are just about to attack won't be able to eat us. Thanks. I guess this means we won't be able to send you any more starship captains. Sorry. Well, they want us to turn on the shield about now, so we've got to get going. I'm sure we'll never ever talk again with you. Talk with you again, so goodbye, and thanks again. Your friends, the Spathy Ruling Council. P.S. This machine is a super powerful hyperwave caster that the Umga used to trick us into believing that the Grand Master Planet Eaters were coming to destroy Spathowa. We thought maybe you'd like to have it. End of transmission. Again, I just want to point out that in the several months that the Spathy had at Earth, they took that time to study the Urquan slave shield and reverse engineer the technology in months and put it up, built a version for themselves of it, put it up around their own world. The Spathy are terrifying. Also infuriating. God damn it. Manifest, devices, quasi-portal, bye. Alright, and we're gonna go poke around in... Let's see, what are our options here? What things we can do? Oh, I know what we're gonna do. We want... Let's go do this. Alright, and up to here. go. It's habitable zone. Let's take a look at this planet. Now, the reason I came up here, I happen to know stuff, so. Ow. Super earthquakes. One of the things I absolutely adore about this game is how just completely open it is. You can just go wander around and do stuff in whatever order you really feel like doing it in. I mean, there's some things you have to do in order, but there's so much room to explore. I might as well grab the minerals while I'm here. Ow. Stupid lightning. This is very valuable stuff, but I'm gonna just... Oh, I'm gonna full up. Okay. Go back up. Alright. Well, I guess that planet wasn't the... So yeah, this planet, the system we're on, the Zothvog gave us sort of a general direction that they noticed the probes coming from, and this is sort of on that line. Sort of, there's between several systems. This area up here is where it is, the rough line where it is. I happen to know where it is. And we're gonna go talk to, let's see, let's try this. Oh, overshot.
Hello, visitor. We are the Slylandro. I am Content to Hover, a Slylandro speaker. Your presence here fills us with excitement. We have gotten so few visitors over these many drawn. We hope you can stay to talk with us for a time.
I'm Peterson, captain of the Earth Starship Vindicator. What the heck are you?
Oh, this is terribly exciting. We will be happy to tell you about ourselves if you would please do the same. You see, we Slylandro have been extremely interested in learning about the galaxy, but our physique makes us incapable of leaving our gas giant home. Therefore, we are totally reliant on our infrequent visitors to keep us informed about events outside this planetary system. And visitors usually only show up every few drawn. We hope that our newly deployed exploration probe fleet will not only gather information for us, but inform other races of our presence here as well.
Probes, you say? What probes are you talking about?
You know, it's funny. We hadn't heard from the outside galaxy in a whole Janasa. And then the Melno may come by and sell us a probe. And just a few hundred rotations later, you show up. Oh, the probes? Right. Well, like we said, just a short time ago, a race called the Melno stopped by. They said they had acquired some information revealing our existence, and they wanted to study us, if we didn't mind. In fact, the Melno said they would pay us for the right to do so. I guess they are biology nuts or something. Anyway, in exchange for our information, they gave us a probe vessel.
Okay, what about the other races visited you? Actually, how long is it drawn?
The drawn is our primary unit of time. It lasts for an interval equivalent to 4 million rotations of our planet. A drawn is subdivided into 2,000 Janasa. Now please, our turn. Will you tell us about yourselves?
Most come from a large rocky world called Earth.
Yes, that seems to be the pattern. Just about everyone who comes by here says they developed on a world a lot like that. As far as we know, we're the only sentient species who's ever evolved in the atmosphere of a gas giant. Of course, from what we know, most travelers like yourselves don't have much interest in gas giants, so maybe there are others like us Thylandro out there somewhere.
We travel the galaxy starship seeking knowledge and contact with other sentients.
That must be great, to leave your planet and roam the stars. You don't know how monotonous living on a gas giant for 3 or 4 Drawn can be. Clouds, clouds, clouds. Wind, lightning, clouds, clouds, clouds. That's it. We know a lot about clouds. If you've got any cloud questions, ask us. We have over 800 different symbolic references just to describe them. Most of the time, when we aren't eating, we hover around and talk about what the clouds look like. Of course, the only things we know about are clouds, food, and other Thylandro. So generally, that's what we think the clouds look like.
Our primary objective right now is to set ourselves free from the evil Quan.
The Quan? The long brownish guys from the milieu with all the eyes and arms? They used to come visit us regularly about 3 Drawns ago. They told us about all the interesting things they found from their scouting missions. They were really nice. Why do you fight with them?
I think you might be confused. Those aren't the Urquan we're talking about. Ours are green.
But the Urquan were such good guys. They had lots of interesting things to tell us about, and they never got impatient with our questions. Well, I guess a lot can happen to a species in 3 Drawn, like turning green and evil.
We're particularly interested in studying unusual planets and life forms.
Oh! Then you should go check out a planet orbiting a blue star not too far from here. I think there is another blue star right next to it. We can't describe exactly where it is, but the people who told us about it, the Urquan I think, said that it was one of the rarest worlds in space, and that as far as they knew, there were only 10 of these planets in this part of the galaxy. Okay, but please, can we talk about you some more later?
Alright. Those are the other races who visited you over the years.
Years? Oh, you mean Drawn. Well, let's see. There was the Melnome just a few rotations back, then we go all the way back over 3 Drawn ago to the Urquan and the other milieu guys. The Yuli and the Draw, I think.
What is the milieu and who are the Yuli and the Drawl?
Let me remember. That was a long, long time ago. I was only a nymph then. Oh yes, that's it. The Sentient Milieu was a cooperative association of sentient alien species. The Yuli, the Drawl, the Taelo, the Mailman, the Foz, and the Urquan, who lived across a wide section of the galaxy. They talked with us fairly frequently for almost half a Drawn. Then suddenly, the visit stopped, and we haven't heard from them since.
Any other visitors besides the Melnome and milieu races?
Yes, there was another race, a highly sophisticated species of shaggy giants who made repeated trips to our world over a period of several Drawn. They even installed a broadcasting satellite in orbit around our world, which let us talk with them whenever we wanted. They were called I'm sorry, I can't remember their names. It was a long, long time ago.
Holy crap, the precursors. That sounds like the precursors. What else can you tell us about the race?
I wish I knew more of the information you seek, Traveler. But we last saw the shaggy ones just over 39 Drawn ago, and very little from that era has remained intact in our history channels.
39 Drawn,
Hold on
200,000
a minute.
years. Yikes.
Let me consult with associates Joyce Lifting and Sullivan Plummet. Joyce Lifting, who has a better memory than I, recalls that the shaggy ones were described as being worried. They were always hurrying from place to place, seeking knowledge as though they were in a desperate search for some important secret, some answer to a question that they never shared with us. Solemn Plummet remembers that the last time the Shaggy Ones visited our world, they came aboard a great circular starship, one even larger than your own. They had discovered their answer and were leaving to go somewhere, and they didn't tell us exactly where somewhere was.
This is extremely important to us. Don't you know anything more?
No, I have told you. One moment. Joyce Lifting transmits. Joyce Lifting has remembered something else, though it does not relate to the Shaggy One's question, answer, or departure destination. What my associate communicates is the description of a set of 10 worlds, unlike all others. The Shaggy Ones either discovered these planets, or, this is garbled, assembled them? We were told the planets were, again this is confusing, organized in some pattern which in some way alluded to the Shaggy One's ultimate fate. One of the worlds was described as orbiting one of a pair of blue stars not far from here. Another of these worlds circled a large white sun. That is all we can remember.
Alright, what are the glowy bits inside you?
Oh my! I forgot! You creatures see in the visual range, and can see our... we can't see them. What I mean to say is, they are... we use them when the male and the female... Well, look, I'd rather if you didn't ask about them, okay? Especially not in front of Solemn Plummet. She's shy.
Alright, give us details about your probes.
Sure, if you are interested. In exchange for information about the life on Source, the Melnor may offer to give us a remote exploration probe. It would roam the galaxy, gathering information and contacting alien races, and when it had filled its data storage units, it would return here and reveal to us everything it had learned.
Okay, why do your probes attack our ships then?
Our probes do not attack. They have only defensive capabilities. Offensive behavior is not part of the instructions we programmed into the probe. To do so would be reprehensible.
Okay, what's the probe?
It was sent on a 500 rotation mission to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no catalog item 2418, remote self-replicating robot explorer probe, had gone before.
So about its replication ability?
Well, we're not hardware people, so we only know the theory. What happens is that while the probe is exploring space, whenever it's not doing something more important, it hunts for asteroids and similar space junk, zaps it into its component parts, absorbs the debris, and when it has enough raw materials stored inside, it manufactures a perfect replica of itself. So even though we only bought one probe, by now there should be hundreds of probes, maybe even thousands.
Alright, can I look at its program?
Sure. What would you like to know?
General outline of its program.
Sure. It was a difficult task for us, since we'd never done anything like that before. But for the most part, we just adjusted its standard program, which went something like scan for targets as defined in target list. If no current target, then select new target from the current targets list using specified priorities. If current position is at current target, then set current behavior to new behavior based on behavior priority settings. Perform current behavior. Okay, that's the basic program. I said it was simple, and here are the tables used by the program. Target list with associated target priority. Space vessel 5. Transmission source 4. Astronomical anomaly 3. Planet-bearing life signature 2. Raw replication materials 1. Probe behaviors with assigned priorities. Communicate 5. Record data 4. Analyze data 3. Seek replication materials. 999. Move to current target. 1. That's it.
Okay, defensive capabilities?
That behavior was hard-coded by the Milnorme. We couldn't mess with it. Essentially, the probe will only fire its weapons if it has been attacked and cannot communicate with the attacker.
And when defending itself, it uses lightning weapon?
No. The probe is armed with a battery of missiles. It doesn't use its electrical discharge device in combat.
What missile batteries? It only attaches with lightning.
That's impossible. It's inconceivable. The electrical discharge device is used only for breaking down raw replication materials into their component compounds for easy gathering.
We're beginning to figure things out here.
I'd be glad to. You see, the probe has the capability to seek out raw materials, process the raw materials into component compounds, collect the compounds, and then, when it has a sufficient supply, it can build a duplicate of itself. We decided that since we had only one probe, we should change the replication priority and crank it up so that there would be more probes sooner.
Okay, what priority set to the replication?
Well, the factory setting was 2, in between movement at 1 and analyze data at 3. I told Joyce Lifting to set it a bit higher. Let me ask him what he set it to. Oh, my. That was a bit extreme, wasn't it? Joyce Lifting told me he changed it to 999, the highest setting on the dial.
What does it fit in the priority settings? Behavior?
I'm pretty sure the way it works is that every time a behavior is completed or interrupted, the program selects a new behavior based on the defined behavior target priorities and what kind of target is currently selected. I think a really high priority would cause a probe to focus its attention on that behavior.
Alright, your probe does destroy ships and we can prove it.
No, it cannot. It is not programmed for hostile behavior. What is your reasoning?
Alright, think about its replication behavior.
The probe seeks raw materials and processes them in preparation for replication.
Right. Think about it does when it meets a ship. Think about the effect of changing the replication priority.
The answer is simple. It would spend more of its time seeking raw materials for its replication process. So what?
Right. Think about what it does when it meets a ship.
Spaceships are the probe's highest priority, because we want more than anything to make friendly contact with alien races.
Alright, now add it all up and what happens when you got replication set to max?
I don't see what you are getting at, but I'll play along with you. Like I said, alien ships are the top priority target. Once a probe scanned a ship, it would instantly move toward it. Then, when it got to the ship, it would initiate communication automatically. When communications were terminated, a new behavior would be selected, and... a new behavior would be selected. And since the replication setting was set to maximum, the probe wouldn't get time to pick a new target. It would use the current target, the ship, for raw replication materials. It would process the ship, break it into component compounds with electrical discharges. Oh no! What have we done? Traveler, you must tell us what we can do! How can we stop the probes from destroying all life in the galaxy?
Well, to begin with, I'd sue the Milnorme.
Sorry, the Milnorme made us agree to a formal waiver of damages in case something like this happened.
Could you broadcast some kind of recall signal?
No, not catalog item 2418, remote self-replicating robot explorer probe. The model with the recall transmitter was catalog item 2419, and the Milnorme said it was out of stock. No, that would never work. The probes will replicate too fast. As soon as you destroyed one, 2 would take its place.
I don't suppose you have some kind of mega self-destruct code, do you?
Why, yes, there is. You're a genius, Traveler. Why didn't we remember that? Oh, there's a problem, though. How are we going to transmit the code? Well, while we ponder that problem, At least we can give you the code sequence. That way, if you run into a probe, you can destroy it without getting shot at.
Alright. Goodbye.
Goodbye, human fluid sack.
And now we don't have to actually fight the Salandro probes anymore. Every time we run into one, we'll just transmit the self-destruct code and get the resources, so they're now completely free resources. Alright. We're going to go back to Earth again and wrap things up there, I think. Alright, ra-ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-ra. Didn't do much mining this trip, but that's fine. I was going to do more this trip, but I think we're going to wrap things up here for this part. After we go talk to Commander Hayes.
I'm at your disposal, Captain. I know you're busy, but I've got some news. It would appear your diplomatic efforts have struck gold, Captain. We've been contacted by a race called the Zok-Fat-Pik, who wish to fulfill their part of the unification, something you have arranged with them, I gather. They have sent us specifications for the Stinger-class attack vessels, as well as a large number of Zok-Fat-Pik commanding officers. You're doing a fine job, Captain.
All right. Analyze what we've acquired.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, hyperwave broadcaster, Umga design. Data, this unit is capable of generating extremely intense hyperwave transmissions, though it is otherwise similar to our own casters. Summary, this thing would be great for practical jokes. You could scream boo from an orc cloud to scare the pants or whatever off of everyone in the system. If you used it in hyperspace, there's no telling who might hear you and come running. The next entry in the analysis is Subject, Slylandro Probe Destruct Code Sequence. Data. This is a complex sequence of program instructions using an encryption sequence similar in some ways to the Rolling Fung algorithm. Summary, when a Slylandro probe approaches, open a hailing frequency, wait for a response, and then transmit the code. That's the end of our scientist's report.
All right. My commander.
Farewell, Captain.
All right, outfit starship. Nope, not that. Shipyard is what we want. And we're buying one more Earth. I like having one Earth cruiser. They're useful for some things. All right. That's going to do it for this part. From here, I think we're going to go just do some general exploring. Next part. Next time we'll go do some general exploring. Maybe go see what happened to the Anderson and see what these ores people are all about. Maybe go see if we can find some rainbow worlds, do some more mining, etc. Hope you enjoyed this part, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it.